Good evening, I'm Stacy. Brashier in Ada. A car manufacturer changes a possibly hazardous design in its minivans. And the sparks continue over Ardmore's decision to privatize its fire department. Now the courts may be deciding the outcome.
In Sherman, Denison, I'm Gary Metivier. It's the biggest night of the year for the silver screen as the Oscars are handed out in Hollywood tonight. We'll recap the top awards. The late edition of NewsCenter 10 begins right now.
Covering Texomaland with the only newscast anchored live from Texas and Oklahoma, this is NewsCenter 10 with Stacy Brashier in Ada, Gary Metivier in Sherman, Denison, weather with Karen Kersey, and Steve Ramsey on sports.
Good evening, and thank you for staying up late with us tonight. The 67th Annual Academy Awards have finally come to a close. Official estimates say that around 1 billion people watched tonight's award show, hosted by David Letterman. The critically acclaimed Forrest Gump took the award for Best Picture of the Year. Other top awards went to Tom Hanks for Best Actor in Forrest Gump, while Jessica Lange received the Best Actress for her role in Blue Sky. Martin Landau received the Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of horror film star Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood, and Diane Wiest received her second Supporting Actress award for her role in the Woody Allen film Bullets Over Broadway.
Amid safety concerns, the Chrysler Corporation has agreed to replace the rear hatches on its passenger minivans. Chrysler has not admitted that there is a safety defect with their hatches, but the car manufacturer is offering to replace the latches on rear lift gates on nearly 4 million vans made between 1984 and 1994. Officials from the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating whether the rear hatch opens during collisions. About 30 people have been killed after being thrown out of the rear hatch of the vehicles. Well, the Ardmore privatized fire department debate has moved from the streets to the courtroom. City officials asked the court to halt the union's efforts from proceeding with arbitration until rights of the parties were determined by the court. At issue is the wording of the city's contract with the firefighters union. City officials say they should not be forced to arbitrate a contract with the union since they have decided to hire a privatized firm.
Despite that fact, the firefighters filed a notice that they were going to seek arbitration with respect to an agreement for next year, and we're saying that doesn't make any sense. We've decided to contract out. I mean, you as firefighters can form an entity to make a bid on that, but there's really not going to be an agreement to arbitrate.
Judge Lee Card asked both sides for additional documents concerning the issue. He's given them until 5 o'clock tomorrow. A ruling in this case is expected in a few days.
Stacy, the Sherman Police and Firefighters Associations have sought legal action to prevent a May election on collective bargaining. The associations have filed lawsuits that command the city and Mayor Harry Reynolds to avoid the holding of an unlawful special election. They say the petition that calls for the election is invalid because it contains illegal affidavits and was modified over a few days. Reynolds says the associations are depriving citizens of their voting rights. Firefighters attorney Roger Sanders recalls how collective bargaining saved the department just a few years ago.
Have two jobs just to make ends meet. The wages were low, they were substandard. And through the years, the professionalism and fair pay have been issues that have been resolved in collective bargaining. I'm telling you, without that, the Sherman leaders have not been willing to come forward and do the right thing.
I think it's developed to the point, past benefits and past salaries, that it's developed to where those unions appear to me to be trying to run the city and determining manpower and things that are precluded by the contract and by the collective bargaining act.
Reynolds says he removed all questionable signatures from the petition. In South Africa, Nelson Mandela dismissed one of his biggest critics, his deputy minister, who also happens to be his estranged ex-wife. ABC's Catherine Herridge has more.
At a packed news conference, President Nelson Mandela ended weeks of speculation by firing his estranged wife as a deputy minister.
This decision has been taken both in the interest of good government and to ensure the higher standards of discipline among the leading officials of the government of national unity.
Mandela didn't say why he dismissed her, but he hadn't taken the decision lightly, given his estranged wife's role in the struggle against apartheid. But Winnie Mandela has become an outspoken critic of his government. but she attracts more than her fair share of controversy. Police have been probing a number of serious allegations against her, including fraud. Despite this, her power base appears to be solid. Over the weekend, in defiant style, she rallied her supporters.
I and the masses will never leave the LFC.
As for her future in South Africa, her estranged husband says it's entirely in her own hands. Catherine Herridge, ABC News.
Well, the preliminary hearing for the man accused in last month's shooting near Wintersmith Park in Ada began this morning. Dennis Johnson is charged with 5 counts, including shooting with intent to kill and kidnapping. After the state presented their evidence in the case, the defense filed a motion to postpone the hearing. The judge granted the motion in order to have Johnson's mental health evaluated. Johnson allegedly shot 24-year-old Joey Key in the back of the head and then briefly kidnapped his girlfriend. Key remains hospitalized. 2 Nevada men who led police on a wild chase last month have 5 of the 8 charges against them dropped today. Raymond Paul Smith and Andrew Sanchez led police on a chase that started in Louisville, Texas and ended in Ardmore, Oklahoma. They were charged with numerous felonies, from assault with a deadly weapon to possession of stolen property. In the preliminary hearing today, Judge B.B. Bridges dismissed Sanchez's possession of stolen property charge. She also dismissed several counts of running roadblocks against Smith. He remains in custody on a $100,000 bond for an assault and endangerment with a deadly weapon and running a roadblock charge.
It's been 7 days since a Sherman teenager was reported missing from her home, and the search continues tonight for 16-year-old Bobby Body, who disappeared from her home last Tuesday evening. According to police officials, she was spotted by 2 different law enforcement agencies about 4 o'clock Wednesday morning near Van Alstyne. However, when approached, the teenager gave a fake name to the officers, and they didn't realize it was her. The officers also had no reason to hold her, since there is no curfew in Van Alstyne. The investigation continues, however. Officers believe no foul play is involved. Grayson County Crime Stoppers is offering a reward in hopes of getting a solid lead in this case. If you have any information about this missing person, please contact Crime Stoppers at 903-868-2388. And the former chairman of the Gucci empire is dead. Marucci Gucci was ambushed outside of his office in Milan early today. A witness said a man in his 30s or 40s approached Gucci from behind, firing several times, including 2 fatal shots to the head. Maurizio Gucci was the great-grandson of the company's founder, Guccio Gucci, and was the last family member to hold a position on the company's board in the late 1980s.
Controversial rap singer Eazy-E lost his battle with AIDS Sunday. The rap artist, whose real name was Eric Wright, was one of the first major performers to reveal he had the disease. His music brought a brutal vision of Los Angeles area ghetto life to popular art. Shortly before his death, the artist said he hoped young people could learn about the disease through him. Well, McGruff, the crime dog, will soon be making appearances at Ardmore schools. School and law enforcement officials met today to discuss a school Crime Stoppers program. Representatives from Marshall County in Texas advised them on the effectiveness of the program. Ardmore officials say this program is part of the mayor's crime task force agenda.
We're working to involve the entire community in the resolution of the crime problems for Ardmore, and the way to do that is to bring everybody that's concerned together, and that includes our kids, which are a vital resource for this community.
School officials have yet to determine when that program will begin, but they say they are looking at different options to incorporate into the program.
A plan to clean up the Sherman landfill is being sent for state approval. Sherman officials decided tonight to send their plan to clean up Dripping Springs landfill to the Texas Conservation Commission. Officials with the Greater Texoma Utility Authority say a consultant's plan includes burning methane from the landfill with a flare. The Austin-based MCON company would charge nearly $4,000 to burn the gas. The new contract price would then cost Sherman and Denison over $30,000. The utility authority has been venting the landfill for weeks. Methane, which reportedly contributes to global warming, is produced by all landfills. And when we come back, Karen Kersey will have the 5-day outlook and tell us how the weather is shaping up for this last week of March. Please stay with us.
There's a brand new radio station in Texoma, 101.7 FM, The Dove. The Dove plays all of today's soft hits and the best of yesterday. Your favorite artists like Whitney Houston, Michael Bolton, Mariah Carey, and the Beatles. 101.7 The Dove plays more continuous music with less interruptions. It's the music station you've been waiting for, Texoma. 101.7 KTVE, The Dove. Turn it on today.
The Ardmore Shrine Club Rodeo is April 6th, 7th, and 8th at Hardy Murphy Coliseum. There's a great lineup of guest stars with Ronnie McDowell, Ricky Lynn Gregg, and the popular Stone Horse Band. We'll have Wrangler Jean's bullfight, Tommy Lucha with his cowboy monkey, and his famous trained horse will also be there. We'll even have the Copenhagen Skull Pro Rodeo scoreboard direct from the national finals. Get your tickets early for the Ardmore Shrine Rodeo, April 6th, 7th, and 8th in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Mary Hayes for Hayes, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, Nissan, and Ada. Just listen to this. For a limited time only at Hayes, you can get 1.9% APR financing on the Nissan Quest van or Altima, Nissan's affordable luxury sedan. But hurry, this great interest can't last forever. And remember, at Hayes, we'll help you, not hassle you. So come to Hayes, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, Nissan, 420 North Mississippi Bypass, right here in Ada.
Okay, Karen Kersey also stayed up with us late tonight.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with the weather?
Well, so far, so good, but it looks like tomorrow, get the umbrellas out once again. There is some rain on the way, but this time just showers, not real severe thunderstorms expected. We did have a nice day, though, for the Oscars. We got up to 67 degrees, so hope you had a chance to get outdoors and enjoy it. Our low was 40, and we're right at that normal point of 69, 46, no records set. Our high 92, and that was set back in 1956, and the low of 22, and that was set back in 1955. Right now, cooling off quite a bit in the viewing area at that 50-degree mark, or just about in most places. Ada's a little bit cooler at 49, Ardmore a little bit warmer at 57, McAllister 51, and Durant at 53, also 53 in Sherman, 52 in Denison, and Paris reports 54 degrees. Winds are calm, which is really nice. It was kind of gusty this morning when I went out for a walk, but it has calmed down. The humidity is down up to 55%, the pressure rising, and the lake elevation at 616.66. Elsewhere around the region, kind of cool in Tishomingo. It's 47 degrees there now. Joanne Harlow from Connorville calling that one in. Atoka at 51. And Gary Weaver's our weather watcher in Antlers reporting 51 degrees. Elsewhere around the viewing area, a little bit warmer in Clarksville, Idabel, in the lower to mid-50s in the southeastern part of the viewing region. Pollen was pretty high overall. The fungus back at 601, mulberry at 550, and the oak at 457. We also have hackberry, walnut, pecan at 17 parts per cubic meter. More pollen includes ash, pine, and grass, both at 11, molds and cedar at 6, and our total at 1,742, so kind of high there. Not good for those of you with allergies. Just some very, very light showers. You can hardly see them here showing up on the radar. Actually, mostly dry. Doesn't look like there's much rain in our area at all. Most of it is off in the eastern part of the Gulf Coast there around Alabama, Georgia, where this front that moved through our area and brought us rain over the weekend, now pounding parts of the deep south. High pressure moved in, took control of us, and gave us this beautiful day. Not so lucky were the folks in the upper Midwest, where 7 inches of snow fell in parts of the Dakotas. However, you think this front here is gone? Well, that's not going to be the case, and we will have the forecast. We'll tell you about it next.
Rent one video for one night or rent more than one and keep them for 2 nights?
It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. The best place to find all the latest releases is TNT Video in Bonham.
I've picked out my movies, but I can't let my friends sit on the floor, and my TV and VCR are broken.
At TNT Video, you can rent to own all the quality name brands. They've got appliances, electronics, as well as furniture from good manufacturers, such as Bassett, and they make doing business easy.
But something is different. I can tell.
Their new location. Come check it out. TNT Video and Rent to Own, just a couple of doors down in the square in downtown Bonham.
Hey, Pancho, what are you doing with that crazy hat on?
What do you mean crazy hat? I'm fixing to go shopping at the competition.
What do you need a hat like that for?
Hey, you don't know if they got the right price. You don't know if they got what you want. You don't know.
I do know that if you shop Nathan's Western Wear, you can get 2 pair of Laredo loafers for $79.99. Or you can get 2 pair of Laredo laces for only $89.99.
Doris, remember, that's Nathan's Western Wear, where you don't know if we're here, you don't know if we're gone, you don't know.
Cisco, you're so crazy.
Pancho.
Hello, I'm Brad Rhodes. At Discount Home Improvements, we're dripping with pre-season savings. For example, you can save hundreds on this rubber ducky. Just $3,500 and we throw a spy in free. Or check out this beach ball, just $12,000 and we'll throw a pool in free. Act now to ensure a full summer of swimming and to take advantage of special financing available for a limited time. For more information, come see us at Discount Home Improvements. We're on the Northeast Loop in Paris and our new showroom on Texoma Parkway in Sherman.
Welcome back, everyone. Tomorrow, pull out the umbrellas. More rain on the way. That cold front that came through here reforms, comes back as a warm front, and that's going to cause some precipitation to form ahead of that front. We should get our share more tomorrow night than tomorrow during the day, but still keep the umbrellas around. We do have about a 40% chance of rain throughout most of the day. These are just supposed to be showers. We aren't looking at any real severe thunderstorms with this, but still, you can't be too careful. Tonight, though, pleasant, what's left of it, partly cloudy, and a low of 44, northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then tomorrow, it's supposed to be a little bit cooler than today, 30% chance of showers, and a high of 62, east winds at 10 to 20, so a little bit breezy out there. And then a big chance of showers tomorrow night, 70%, and a low of 46, east winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now these showers, fairly short-lived, just going to kind of give us midweek showers by the time the weekend rolls around. Nice and sunny, you can get outdoors once again. So it's just going to be tomorrow through Thursday, kind of soggy.
I need it to dry out so I can plant my garden.
Well,
what can we do about that?
Something to do over the weekend.
Right.
Good weekend activity.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kara. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can make filing your taxes a lot easier. Stay with us.
Let's see, 2.9% financing on all Accords. Have we forgotten anything? Oh, I guess you better hurry then. Go see your Honda dealer.
Child's Carpet is having a special purchase Philadelphia carpet sale for a limited time with almost unheard-of prices. Premium commercial indoor-outdoor carpet up to 28 ounces, valued up to $14.95, only $2.83 a square yard. DuPont Stainmaster plush carpet by Philadelphia, just $5.97 a square yard. Carpet padding, only 99 cents a square yard. Installation of all kinds available. Guaranteed, as always, all first-quality merchandise. Child's Carpet makes special truckload buys so you can always get the best prices in North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. And they're also your exclusive Trustmark dealer. Don't miss Child's special purchase Philadelphia carpet sale.
When retailers overstock or close out, the key to saving money is salvage. You can repair, remodel, or build with new and top-quality building supplies from Halliburton Salvage and Real Deal Building Supplies at a fraction of the cost. An excellent example of the quality supplies they have available is this beautiful 3,400 square foot home in Durant. 80% of it was built using salvage materials. So if you want all the beauty and luxury of a custom home without the retail price tag, shop Halliburton Salvage in Sherman and Real Deal Building Supplies in Westminster.
Thank you for staying with us. In the O.J. Simpson trial today, a surprise move. Prosecutor Marcia Clark asked for permission to treat Cato Kalin as a hostile witness. Cato, who is a prosecution witness, seemed to backtrack on prior statements he had made on the stand. ABC's Bill Redeker has more.
In his fourth day on the witness stand, Kalin himself seemed to be on trial.
Is that what you testified? No, I'm asking you right now.
Again and again, Prosecutor Marcia Clark confronted Kalen with inconsistencies in his testimony. For example, last week, Kalen testified that on the day of the murders, Simpson was upset with his former wife because she did not want him to spend time with his daughter, Sydney, after a dance recital. Kalen also testified that Simpson was upset she was wearing a tight dress to the performance.
Now, is it your testimony today that he was more upset about Sydney than he was about Nicole wearing the tight dresses?
Yes.
But that was not your testimony before, was it, Mr. Kalen?
No.
And now you're changing that testimony. Is that what you're doing, sir?
Yes.
Clark then stunned courtroom observers.
Now, I'm going to ask leave of the court to take this witness as a hostile witness.
Although Judge Ito told jurors to disregard that characterization of Kalen, he did allow Clark wide latitude in questioning Kalen.
She asked for permission, and I think she received it, to treat him as a hostile witness so she could ask more leading questions to this witness.
And she did, going so far as to suggest what was in the knapsack. Kalen said Simpson insisted on loading into the limousine before he left for Chicago.
Now, that knapsack, was it big enough to hold a knife?
Sustained.
Was that knapsack big enough to hold bloody clothing and bloody shoes?
Sustained.
Clark also suggested for the first time that Simpson spoke to his former wife on the morning of the murders before the recital.
Isn't it true, Mr. Kalen, that Mr. Simpson told you he had a conversation with Nicole on his cell phone while he was at the Riviera Country Club, in which he had had an argument with her?
No.
Although prosecutors may consider Kalen a hostile witness, tomorrow they will have a chance to underscore a part of his testimony that is crucial to their case, when Kalen's friend, Rachel Ferrara, is expected to testify that she was on the telephone with him when he heard 3 thumps at 10:45 on the night of the murders. Bill Redeker, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The last right-to-work proposal in the Oklahoma legislature has been derailed. The Business and Labor Committee voted 8-4 against that bill today. A right-to-work law would prohibit security clauses in labor contracts that requires workers to pay union dues. Committee Chairman Lewis Long says the measure would lower wage and reduce state revenue if passed. Senator Mike Fair argued wages weren't the issue, but cited instances where union classifications had hampered businesses and workers. The proposal would have been voted on by the people if passed through the Senate.
A $1 million bill to provide more classrooms and loosen state control over schools in Texas was approved today by the state Senate. The legislation would provide $286 million over the next 2-year budget period. The money would go toward helping school districts build more classrooms. The measure would also help districts finance $3 billion in school construction. The Texas Senate is preparing to debate a huge rewrite of the state's education laws.
Well, there's less than 3 weeks left to file your income taxes, but there is an upside for Oklahoma taxpayers. For the first time, Oklahoma residents can file their federal and state income taxes together. The process is done electronically. Before this year, state income taxes had to be filed separately through the mail.
Because it does speed up your refund. It takes around 12 days to get it back. You have to do it the same time you do the federal. It's a piggyback type of program. IRS has made a deal with Oklahoma, and we send them in together, and then they're electronically filed to Oklahoma, so it speeds up the process.
Jackson says it takes about a month to receive federal tax refunds that are filed electronically. Well, the city of Ada has been honored with the designation of being a Tree City USA community. The National Arbor Day Foundation gives the honor to cities who show substantial commitment to tree planting or public landscaping. Ada's city manager gives credit to the Director of Community Services, Randy McFarland.
It's more than just looking attractive. Certainly it does that. But trees in the environment help to clean the air and help us to maintain a clean environment. So there are a lot of benefits to making a substantial commitment to trees and public landscaping.
This is the first time Ada has won the award. Poppy says the city plans to continue its efforts in having an attractive city.
Well, spring may be rearing its head around Texoma, but in tonight's senior report, Doris Winkler shows us some retirees who are stretching out winter just as long as they can and staying fit in the process.
Now, don't confuse this lady with Peekaboo Street. This is 71-year-old Peggy Nadris whisking down the slalom course, competing in her second Senior Winter Olympics.
I never got to do this as a kid.
With the participants competing against their own age group, starting at age 50 and going up, up, up. these folks can once again feel the invigorating effects of competing. This 65-year-old didn't learn to ski until recently.
Life just gets better and better and more funner and funner.
With competition ranging from skating to skiing, seniors competed not just for the thrill of it, but also as a motivator to stay feeling young at heart.
The basic theory that if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And if you keep doing it all the time, it's something you'll definitely be able to do. You keep your joints loose, you keep your mind alert, and it really makes you young.
You know, one of the perks of hanging around a ski resort is that you get to meet young people like this. There are 6 ski resorts in the United States that sponsor Winter Olympics for seniors. And if you'd like to know more about it, just write to me here at the station and put Winter Olympics on the front of your self-addressed stamped envelope. I'm Doris Winkler with the Senior Report.
Boy, they could out-ski me, it looks like. The OSU basketball team is back in Stillwater tonight, but not for long. We'll tell you where they're headed. Coming up next in sports.
We're full. Nothing else will fit in our building. Crabtrees must reduce their inventory by half before the truckloads of new furniture arrives. Don't put it off any longer. Now is the time to save like never before. Bedrooms, sofas, dining rooms, sofa sleepers, clocks, curios, gliders and recliners, even our bedding is on sale. Let us give you the best price for quality. 0 down, no interest, and no payment for 6 months. We want your business and invite you to shop with us 24 years in the same location, 1420 South Armstrong in Denison.
Time is running out for you to maximize your hard-earned money in an IRA. Here at Exchange National Bank, our investment department can show you the best way to realize the full potential of IRAs. CDs, T-bills, discount brokerage, you'll find it all at one location, the Exchange Investment Department. Time is running out. That April 15th deadline is near, so come in today.
Exchange National Bank, the pace setter.
They've been colorizing movies for years, so if your closet resembles a black and white movie, it's time for a remake. Add some color to your wardrobe this spring with Wrangler clothing. Right now at Beans Western Wear, you'll find men's Wrangler jeans for only $18.98, as well as a large selection of Wrangler jeans and shirts for women. So whether you're two-stepping or heading to the rodeo, make Beans Western Wear your official Wrangler PRCA Pro Rodeo dealer. And don't forget to buy your Ardmore Shrine Rodeo tickets at Beans Western Wear in Lone Grove on Highway 70 West.
Voted Best Sportscast by the OAB 2 years in a row. Sports Center 10.
Good evening, everyone. Oklahoma State was back at practice today, and while the media flocked to watch the Cowboys work out, the players and their coach were off limits to the press. Stillwater is still buzzing over last night's win. T-shirts with the Final Four logo flew out of the bookstore all day long. And while the basketball players had a gag order, the football players took time to talk hoops between the sets in the weight room.
Yeah, yesterday everybody was in the room watching the game. We really didn't know that Oklahoma State was going to win like that. But we were hoping that they would, but they pulled it off. Now we're behind them 100% now.
Elsewhere, the baseball polls came out today, and Oklahoma State jumped a single spot to number 4 this week. Texas Tech and Texas are 10 and 11, while Oklahoma bumped up 2 places to number 12. Rice makes the top 20 at number 19, and TCU was on the list at 22. In the NAIA poll, Dallas Baptist is second, while Southeastern sits third. Oklahoma City is 16th, and St. Mary's of Texas is 18th. In other baseball news, Seminole Junior College has been known for its outstanding baseball over the last 2 decades. Head coach Floyd Simmons has been the reason why, sending over 100 players into professional ball while taking the Trojans to 9 Junior College World Series appearances. He's hit another milestone. Todd Essary has more.
Go, Nick. Go, Nick.
Baseball history again met up with Floyd Simmons on Sunday, breaking the 1,300-win plateau in his 20th season at Seminole Junior College. Already holding the national record for the most wins in the JUCO ranks, Simmons, better known as Zero, have taken the Trojans to the top in his coaching tenure at Seminole.
The 20 years have gone by fast. It just seemed like yesterday when I started this thing, and I've had a lot of great players, and it's contributed to all the wins. So it's been a great trip.
He dishes out a lot of hard work, and if you take it the right way, and you think positive, you stay positive, you become a better person here, you become a better player.
Not only have the Trojans made a name for themselves in this region, but all over North America.
Oui, j'ai entendu parler de ça parlant de mes amis Eric Gagne, qui est venu ici, puis Coach Simmons l'a invité ici, puis j'ai entendu parler de ça au début.
I found my way from California here just because of the man, and we're just a part of a group of guys. This team is. We're just continuing the tradition that Z started 20 years ago.
A finishing touch to this season would be the College World Series title, the only honor to elude Coach Simmons in Seminole.
Hopefully this is a year for us, and it'd be the icing on the cake to win a national tournament.
At Oiler Park in Seminole, Todd Essary, Sports Center 10.
In Pro Hoops tonight, the Red Hot Spurs were in Detroit trying to win their 8th straight and 10 of their last 11. Let's go to Detroit City, where Grant Hill has now got it at the top of the key. He goes to the right side. Nice little crossover dribble and the scoop to the hoop. He had a great play there, but he's not looking very happy, probably because the Pistons have lost 8 of their last 10. Now Sean Elliott, he drives the baseline after taking the pass with a nice little drop in. He had 29 on the night. Sean Elliott playing great for the Spurs. And now here's one back with the Spurs. The nice pass and the alley-oop to David Robinson. He had 40 on the night. Let's go with 12 boards. He had 37 against the Pistons earlier this year. He likes them. Allen Houston hits the 3. He had 24, but San Antonio wins 114-93. Let's go to the scoreboard, where Indiana beats New Jersey, Denver over the Clips, Utah tops Washington, and in NIT semifinal action, Virginia Tech and Marquette are going to the finals at Madison Square Garden. They will play their final game tomorrow night.
Okay, thanks, Pete. We'll be back for the final word in a moment.
It's a $1 over invoice sale going on now only at Chaparral Dodge Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle in Ada. Right now, pay just $1 over invoice on all cars and vans in stock and keep the consumer rebates. Choose from the Chrysler Cirrus, New Yorker, LHS, or Concord, or maybe the Eagle Talon, Dodge Neon, Stratus, or Avenger is more your speed. If you need more room, try a Dodge Caravan. Take advantage of the $1 over invoice sale now for a limited time at Chaparral Dodge Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle, located at 1109 North Broadway in Ada. Remember, time is running out.
Do you suffer from headaches, neck pain, shoulder and arm pain, low back pain, or hip and leg pain? Hello, I'm Dr. Herndon Gideon of the Hugo Chiropractic Clinic. We may be able to help your pain go away. If you have pain due to auto accident or injury on the job, we accept assignment on most auto insurance and workman's comp insurance with no out-of-pocket cost to you. Call today and use our no-cost phone line for a free initial consultation. If you wear out your body, where are you going to live?
Have you noticed that sunflowers are standing a bit taller lately? It's because they're the secret to the great taste in new Sun Cruncher cereal. Sun Crunchers, the only cereal bursting with crunchy bits of toasted sunflower seeds. Wrapped around hearty flakes of wheat and corn, all lightly sweetened for that Sun Cruncher taste everybody's gonna love. New Sun Crunchers. Taste the sensation.
The year 1876 is a historical year for many reasons, but it was a very special year for an Orlando woman. Mary Thompson was born in 1876, and today is her 119th birthday, which makes her the oldest person in the country. Family and friends gathered to celebrate the day with Mary, who attributes her good health to dancing. And on that note, Stacy, I'll definitely have to go out and do a little more dancing. I'd like to thank everybody for staying up late with us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
I think I'll skip the dancing just so I can make it to 30, Gary. Thanks for being with us tonight. We're glad you stayed up late. We'll see you again tomorrow at 6. Good evening, everyone.
Today's the day. Toyota dealers everywhere are celebrating the beginning of spring. The right time to get special financing on the right car. The all-new Tercel, beautifully designed inside and out. Tercel has a low starting price, and you can get Tercel beautifully equipped for just a little more. It's Toyota's Today's the Day sales event, and now with special financing, your Toyota dealer wants to get your spring off to a great start.
After a long day, what could be more relaxing than spending time in your spa? Butler Home Improvements can make this a reality. They have a large selection of spas to choose from, starting at under $2,000. You'll also find everything you need to keep your spa functioning at its top performance. Heaters, elements, blowers, spa covers, and much more. And they do complete service and repair on all brands of equipment. Make an investment you and your family will enjoy for years to come. Purchase a spa from Butler Home Improvements, located 1/2 mile west of Highway 75 on FM 120 in Denison.
You're watching KTEN, Channel 10, Ada, Ardmore, Sherman, Denison, Durant.